before I introduce him and give a little bit of his background, I just want to let y'all know that as soon as I asked him about this, he did not hesitate at all. All he said was, let me check my schedule. So we really do appreciate him doing this, coming over here and speaking for us this morning. Some words on here, I may mess up or I may not, but I'm just gonna give a little bit of his background. Myloreal Anderson was born and raised in California. He moved to Georgia in the early 20s and made it his home. He began a martial art journey in 1990. Myloreal Anderson has earned 7 different black belts. That's why I call him Bruce Leroy. And decades later, he earned the title of a Grand Master. He is a 3-time Hall of Famer, having been into the Black Karate Federation Hall of Fame in 2019 and the U.S. Martial Art Hall of Fame in 2016 and 2021. In 2010, at the age of 24, Myloreal Anderson found, make sure I say this right, Mikio Sarai Martial Art International after decades of training. The system bridges traditional and modern martial arts, focus on self-discipline, social skills, mental awareness, and physical challenge. Mikio adapts to each student need with patience, teaching values like family, survival, and tactical training. Always involving and help students apply martial arts to real life situations and nurturing of the heart, mind, body, and soul through its 24 written and 12 unwritten laws. Mikio Sarai has had 8,000 plus students walk through their doors since the opening, teaching students that martial arts is more than fighting, it's a lifestyle. In 2015, Myloreal Anderson found TAFF Training Academy, where he utilized scenarios based on training in the trained civilian law enforcement officers and military personnel. He provides clients with the assessments and risk management plans for their day-to-day security operation based on assessed threats, facilities, variety classes, ranging from basic firearm to advanced hand-to-hand combined techniques, physical condition, mental toughness, and first aid. To date, Myloreal Anderson served as a police lieutenant overseeing training in one of the largest cities in Clayton County, Georgia. He was the recipient of the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award in 2024. Myloreal has been featured in 6 magazines and has participated in numerous interviews and podcasts. He has also taught and hosted dozens of scenarios. He is a lifetime member of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, and he's in Prince Hall F&A&M Mason. He is proud father of 2 amazing daughters, and he loves being a girl dad. Me too. Myloreal Anderson has 4 degrees and working on his 5th. He has obtained Associate Science in Early Childhood Education, Ashworth College, Norcross, Georgia. A Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice at Georgia State University in Atlanta, Georgia. An Honorary Doctor in Martial Arts, the University of Asian Martial Arts Studies of Students of Florida. An Honorary Doctor Humanities, Trinity International University of Ambassador in Duluth, Georgia, and is currently 1 semester away from completing his Master of Business Administration with consideration of global management at Carroll University, Long Beach, California. Give him a hand for that. That's what he did. His life goal has been and become a tactical, combatant, and weapon training instructor of the government, law enforcement, armed force, and civilians with aspiration of their own of the top training facility in the world. Avoid working toward the goal, Myloreal Anderson has achieved it and focused on giving back to his community to reach even more individuals across the globe. He aims to build a new generation of warriors, not just in combat, but in life, whether through tactical training, leadership development, or community outreach, and his mission remains steadfast to empower, protect, and lead. So y'all just give it up for my lieutenant, Dr. Bruce Leroy, Myloreal Anderson. Give him a hand.
Good rising, everybody. How y'all doing today? Having a good day? I don't know if I could have did a better introduction myself. All I have to say after that is no one's perfect, y'all. No one's perfect. I'm in a room full of black excellence right now, but no one's perfect. That all sounds good, but I've been through some things too. That's why I'm up here today. It's about that path. It's about that journey. And just for my little ones out there, I want y'all to get up, turn around, raise your hand if y'all perfect in here. No one's perfect, little ones. We all make mistakes, and we all gonna get better at it, right? All right, thank y'all so much. So I want to talk to y'all guys about a few things. The first thing I want to talk about is everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a purpose. And when you find your purpose, and you live that journey, and you walk that path, you will become successful. I learned at an early age what I wanted to do by learning what I need and not what I want. I'm gonna repeat that again. When you learn to love what you need in life and not always what you want to do, you become successful at it really good. And that's a lesson that our young men need to learn, because a lot of times we want to do a lot of things. I want, but that's always not what you need to do. So I want y'all to think about that. I learned my purpose was to empower, protect, and lead really early. I want to talk about being successful. Success is the opportunity met with preparation. Young man, if you are prepared, when the opportunity comes, you're going to be successful at it 100% of the time. The problem is most people don't want to do the work, and they're not prepared when the opportunity comes. So I ask everyone in this room, no matter the age, no matter the gender, it doesn't matter what you are, but are you prepared when that opportunity comes? And if not, what are you doing about it today? Because a lot of times we put off what we can do today, tomorrow, and then we end up with the excuses. Well, I thought I just had. And time is one of those things where it seems like you have a lot, but you realize you really don't.
That's right.
When you turn back around. And I want y'all to really understand that time is one of those things that matter the most. And so many people are so scared to fail. Fail is nothing but an acronym. It means the first attempt in learning. So many times people always want to be perfect. I want to do everything right. But if you did everything right, what would you learn? Failure is something that I love to do. Like through all those things that he just got done saying about me, you know how many times I failed? But people see that accomplishment, but don't know the work that it took to get there.
That's right. That's right.
And I want y'all to understand it's going to take some work. Because you got to learn to love to fail. Because that's when you make and you learn the biggest things in your life will come from your failures. Because then you have something to say to other people. One of my mentors, because everybody got a doctor, everybody got a teacher. Y'all understand that? A teacher got a teacher, every mentor got a mentor, every doctor got a doctor. Do we agree in the room? Every last one. So A mentor asked me one time, and I want you guys to remember this. He said, if you can do one thing you really wanted to do in your life, and I mean you can pick the number one person in this world that did what you want to do with your life, and you can only ask them one question, what would you ask them? Most people say, well, I want to know how they did it. I want to know if I can do it. There is no wrong or no right answer. But one of the best questions that you can ask is what doesn't work. When you find out in life what doesn't work, you're left with what does work. That saves time and money, two things that a lot of people do not know the value of. Y'all still with me? So, I want to talk about drugs and my father. I can't speak from the perspective of something I've not lived. Do y'all respect that? So I'm speaking from the perspective of an individual that went through from the other perspective of someone doing drugs and me not being able to do anything about it and having to live and watch those things happen. Does that make sense? I love my dad, and my dad passed last year. Love him to death. The first 21 years of my life, I didn't able to have my dad due to the drugs and the alcohol. And that's not to get up here and say or feel sorry for me, because that was a hole that was always voided. But what happened is when I got grown, I became an adult, I went to go search for my dad because I realized there was a hole in something I needed. My mom was great. I don't want to say that my mom was not there, because a lot of times you hear a lot of people say, well, my mom was my father and my mother and all these other things, but my mother was my mother. You understand what I'm saying? There's a certain thing that happens when you have that man in your life, that father in your life. And that's why I love being a girl dad, because see, I gotta be their first love. I gotta be the standard. I gotta be what I need them to seek in another man. And that takes work. I say this to say because when I met my dad, I instantly knew that was my dad, even though I've never seen him before. I was like, that's my daddy. That gotta be my daddy, because I felt him. And the next years after that, I was able to basically have that lifestyle that I always thought that I missed. And I was able to hear the stories and the things that he did. And I actually went to his AAA meeting. I think it was when I flew out there, it was the second day after I got there. He was like, son, you know I'm still in my AA meetings, you know I'm still battling stuff. And I said, I don't care. I'm not here to judge you, I'm here to love you. I'm here to be there for you. I'm here to build a bond without judgment, because nobody in here is perfect when we've already established that. But I'm here to love you as you are, not how I thought you should be. So you have to accept certain things as a man. So when I went to this meeting, I was able to hear him actually speak about his journey. And addiction is real, you guys. Drugs are real. And I really want you guys to understand that they destroy lives. And yes, I am a police lieutenant. And I can never unsee some of the things that I've seen before. And I wish everybody in this room, because we're in a full room of people, I want y'all to really hear this. I can't unsee what I have seen. And that badge and that shield that I wear is to help shield you from having to deal with those things. I knew my purpose and I know what I'm here to do, but those things are real. But I want to talk to you guys about one of the worst drug cases, because what happens is nowadays, it's not just you buying what you thought that you buy. People a lot of times lace things with things because they want what we call the best product. They want you to be addicted. They want you to come back. Not really realizing what it's going to do to you, because they don't care. And having to say no is very important. So the reason why I'm bringing y'all to this point is because I want everyone in this room just to raise your hands for 1 second. Just raise your hands, everybody in this room. Now, what I want you guys to do is raise them higher. Now, the question I want to ask is, why didn't any one of y'all give 110% the first time I asked y'all to raise your hands? I want y'all to think about that, young man. Now, one of us gave 110% the first time. The question is, you don't have to tell me the answer, but I want y'all to seek within yourself and you ask yourself why. See, because that's the type of energy you got to have every single day to get through to those drugs, to be able to say no. In everything that you do, drugs or not, I know this is, we're speaking to the boys to man, and this is the real talk, but I'm trying to have a real talk with y'all. Too many times we don't give 110%, and then we wonder why we get the results that we get. That's our problem. That's an us problem. We can't point out. I want y'all to understand something. I want to pose a question. Then what is your life worth? Have you guys ever really asked yourself what's your life worth? Not really. I love the honesty. I want y'all to start now. Who likes money in this church? Do y'all like money? Maybe. If I was to ask you guys a question, what would be, if I gave you guys $1 billion, would y'all be happy? You said no. What amount would you be happy with? Okay. 10 billion? Do you guys think y'all would be happy? Who would accept $10 billion in this room? Who would accept triple that? Right? Let's just quadruple it. Let's times that by 1 billion. Y'all with me now? Clap your hands if y'all want that amount. I love that. Yes. I see some smiling faces. And let's just say I can give you that today, but you couldn't wake up tomorrow. Would you still accept it?
That's good.
Do I have any yeses in this room? So the question is, then what is your life worth? Because you just openly said that your life is worth 1 billion times 1 billion times 1 billion times 1 billion. But we don't make decisions like that every day.
That's good.
We don't walk like that every day. We don't treat the people that love us like that every day. That means your life is worth that much. That is that much value in it. Are y'all with me today? Do you understand what I'm telling to y'all? I really want you guys to put real perspective into that and really understand. You got to know what your life is worth. Because if you know what your life is worth, then you won't be fooled. Can't no one talk you into doing something when you know what your life is worth. Can't no one tell you to go left when your mind tells you to go right. And that's how people get into that drugs and addictions and things of that nature. Because you got to be strong. You got to be able to have support. And you got to be loved upon. Too many times I think a lot of people don't realize what they have until it's gone. I didn't know what I had till my dad left. All them days that I thought that I did enough, like, man, because every time he traveled, we was on the phone. Oh, he could talk. Oh, he could talk. Those conversations wasn't enough. So I challenge y'all to also, especially my young ones, when's the last time y'all just hugged y'all dad and your mom? When's the last time you made the decision to say, you know what? I know this is going to be wrong. And my mom and my dad is not around. But I'm not going to do it. See, because that's called character and integrity. Those are two pillars that we must have to have as young men. Because it's not what you do when everybody is around. It's what you do when no one's around and you don't think no one's looking. I challenge you guys to think about that. Do you guys know your ABCs? You sure? What's the first letter? A, I love it. What's the last letter? Okay. He might know his ABCs, y'all. He might just know it. Our youth in here, they might just know their alphabet. So just imagine that you can assign a number to every letter. So A would be 1, B would be 2, C would be 3, and etc., right? When you spell out words like knowledge, it's only 96%. When you spell out words like hard work, it's 98%. But when you spell out the word attitude, it's 100%. Your attitude and how you approach everything is very valuable. Your attitude, and that's something that you can control. You control you. We forget that because we get emotional, and we let things rile us. But y'all gotta be stronger than that. Your attitude is everything. Mindset is everything. I need you guys to really understand that there is nothing that you guys cannot do. Nothing. Nothing. See a lot of interesting faces out here. Y'all still with me? These are the things that I wanted to speak about today, to have a real talk with Boys to Men. Because these are some of the things that I think that we struggle the most with. And in a world full of technology, I remember when I used to go to the library and have to carry a nickel or a dime to get a photocopy from a library. Now, you just Google it. Technology is great, but that access to what they have is not always so good. Because sometimes you see things, you learn things before your time.
That's right. That's right.
Sometimes you have access to people before your time. And I want y'all to understand a real true statistics in this room. That most times, when I've ever worked any cases, it's never the person in the bush, in the white van. So what does a drug dealer look like? What does a rapist look like? They don't have one, do they? But I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's the ones that have access to y'all babies. The one when y'all threw that party and you had a +1 invite, that one that they brought, that you called in that hallway just trying to find the bathroom, that was the person. That was the person. The one that y'all give access to, the one that you guys hang around. I want y'all to think about y'all friends. Because we've already established that everyone needs support. Nothing that he said I did alone. Nothing I know, I just taught myself. So when you have that support and you find your circle or find your village, and I think this is a pretty strong village in this room, if I must say. Now I'm an alpha, so I like that goat. I don't know about that purple though. Let me stop playing around with y'all. Love that black and old goat, but I'm not gonna go there. But y'all have a very good support system here. I wish I had this. I had to go find my own. Utilize the people around you. Too many times I think within our culture we want to do everything by ourselves. As soon as we get I'm out. I want to be independent. No one successful does it alone. And you learn that real quick as an entrepreneur if you really want to make it. You don't do nothing alone. You got to have a support system. Some of the best CEOs that I have lunches with, you know what they taught me? They don't do everything. They find the best people to do what they lack. It's real talk. So, there is a moment in here that I wanted some Q&A just to make sure that I answered the questions or some concerns, or maybe I need to reiterate something that I've said earlier that maybe you didn't quite catch. So before I carry on, is there any questions that y'all guys have for me? No concerns? No questions? Men out there, how y'all feel? How's our mental health? Do y'all realize that most men don't even receive flowers until they die? So I'm gonna give y'all flowers today. Y'all give it up for yourselves inside this room right now. Yeah. I can stand up here as a man and say, you are loved. I can stand up here as a man and say, if you need a hug, come see me after the stage. I can stand up here and say, if you ever need something, I'm gonna give you my personal number, call me. Yes, I am busy, but people make time for what they wanna make time for. No matter what. And I want y'all to remember that. You had your hand up?
I was want to comment on what you were talking about the father.
Absolutely.
You know, it gets to the point sometime in your life where, you know, I like to talk about your mother and everything. My mother, she taught us to do about everything, you know, everything. And but it meant something to me for me to be able to. My father was an alcoholic. He was an alcoholic, and you know, I see him sometimes. We speak. Sometimes, you know, when you go around him, it wasn't like he wasn't interested in seeing you. He would do what it takes to push you away. You know, like he didn't want you to be in his surrounding where he was at. But it meant something to me, for me, I guess, to get it right with my father. I never hated him. I love my father, even though what he did in his condition. But it was something about me being able to sit down with him, and for him to tell me, you know, what, you know, all he'd gone through, and for me to release what I was going through to him. So to me, it's something about that father figure that it's something that makes it complete you. Being able to be complete you. I guess that's the word I need to put it. It gives you that completion. That's what it does.
Absolutely. I agree to that. Who agrees in this room that is 100% accurate? I have a question for y'all young men. Where's your fathers at? Are they in this room? I want all of us to do a favor. Can y'all come up front for a second? I know all those smiles. I know. What I want to make sure that y'all do is turn around. You got a room full of them. You got a room full of them. I want y'all to understand this. It doesn't always have to be from blood, y'all, because some of us have them relatives that you know we can't stand. But they're still family. But it's the things that you do. There's a lot of people that changed my life in the absence of my father. That I owe everything to. That's why I can stand before you today and say the things that I'm saying, because those men poured into me. They were my father figure in my father's absence. Every man in this room, you guys, and it's over 20, 30 men in this room right now. I'll challenge you all to find one or two out there and talk to them once a week. Just once a week. And then over time, once a week. Just one time. I want y'all to think about a perspective, young people. Y'all can sit back down. Because after this is all over, we all gonna give y'all a big hug. Because y'all even coming here today, even stepping up here right now, even being in this room, that's the hardest step, y'all. You ever heard that term? I want to lose some weight, but going to the gym is the hardest thing about going to the gym is going to the gym. The hardest step is being in this place right now that you guys are at. That is the hardest step. The question is, what are you going to do now that you're in here? See, that's where that comes back to you. We can teach y'all to cook, but if you never cook, or we can give you all the equipment to fish, but if you don't pick up that pole, you won't know how to fish. And then you'll be stuck saying, I wish I would have, or I wish I could have, or I wish I had have. And that's what I'm trying to prevent you guys to do. Live vicariously through our minds and the things that we've lived on through our lives so that y'all don't gotta go through them. We went through it so y'all won't have to go through it. But you have to listen. You have to want to. You have to want to, because we all gonna show up. We've agreed that we're in a room full of 20, 30 men of excellence. But you have to do your part. And see, that's the side that people don't want to talk about. Because excuses are tools of the incompetent, built upon mindedness and nothingness, and those that specialize in using them seldom amount to anything more. We always give an excuse for things, but there isn't one today. Because you have access to this. You have to take advantage of the things that are right in front of y'all today. And everything in y'all life, take advantage of these things. That's how you get propelled forward in life. Because you won't be able to pay these men back, but what you can do is when you see another one, you remember when you were that age. and you pay it forward. That's the real payback. Y'all still with me? Is there any more questions? So I see on here there is a Q&A part, so I just want to make sure that I give everyone an opportunity to speak if they need to speak. I want y'all to get it off your heart. Can you pass the mic over to that brother right there, please, sir?
Yeah, you was speaking about your father a while ago. When I was, me and my brother and sister, we grew up with this single parent mom. But I got to be like 21, 22 when I met my dad. And me and got to be friends. You know, I never had nothing against him because whatever happened, that was beyond me. So I learned to live with that. And one day, me was riding around and said, he said, son, you know, I got to ask you for forgiveness. I said, no. You don't have to ask me. You got to ask the Lord, man. Because you didn't really hurt me. You hurt my mom, you know what I'm saying? But me and him still got to be friends. And I care a lot for the man. But as time went on, I got my kids, my baby boy one day, and he got a son that's kind of like, got a little disabled, right? And we sitting on this porch one day, and I said, well, Maurice, what you think about your son? And he said, well, Dad, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to raise him up the way you raised me, to be a man. Even though I wasn't taught by a man, but I learned as a kid to accept things that you may not understand, but if you keep going through it and listen to other people, like you said, you can find a mentor. So you got to listen to other adults and listen to what they tell you. You make it. You don't necessarily have that in the house with you. So I know I'm living proof of that. Because I know I'm a good man, and my children tell you that. And he already spoke, so I'm going to raise my kids the way you raised me. And when he said that day, I like fell off the porch. I thought, man, so I must did a pretty good job, son. He's 37 years old, you know, so. Nice. I just thank God that God gave me the strength, the understood that what was taking place when I was a boy. And maybe young guys, might be in that situation, I don't know. But I think after all that, it made me who I am. And I'm proud of myself for who I am, you know. It's just that you have to be strong, believe in God, number one. Because with him, you can do anything you want. That's the main key. Trust in God, believe in God, and pray. You can do anything.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I originally from a household. My father was in the household, but he wasn't part of the household. So, and I want to say to these young guys, and what everyone's talking about, it takes a village to raise kids. It takes a village. And a lot of kids come up there, I'm this way, here come my father, I'm this way, come my father. Right now, but God got people around you, mentors. Got people around you, what you talk about, what you were saying earlier. Before you leave here, we're going to give you a big hug. If you open your eyes up at a young age and pay attention what God is putting before you, he got someone here that's going to love you and take care of you. And right now, me, myself, personally, I have raised kids. I have 3 biological kids. I have raised 7 kids. Love them, treat them good, taught them the best I know how from the world. I thank God that he gives me another chance to teach them the word of God. I love it. I love the teaching that you're doing. I love the thing the way you are dealing with these young kids. I love it, brother. Continue on doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Now, we didn't talk to our youngest people because there's only a few of them, but I see a lot of teenagers out here. A whole, y'all quadruple them numbers. So I just want to get some of y'all ages. How old are you, young brother? 16? 14? 19? 22? 21? 21, okay. 21, okay, little, all right, 21. 19. Talking about he's not. Sit down, Carroll. But I want to ask, did the things that I said make sense to some of y'all? Yes, sir.
I think so because
Go ahead, brother. You're going to get the mic. Because when a man has something to say, he needs to say it, right? That's why you need a mic, brother. Don't be shy.
I think so because I just got done talking to somebody. It was a dude I met. I just randomly met him just walking to the store. And he was just crying. He was going through something that he didn't have his father in his life, and I think a father in the household matters. And like for me and my brothers, our dad got incarcerated, so we didn't really have nobody to teach us, and we kind of veered off. But now being here, everybody around kind of helped it. We still learning, we still doing it, but we in a phase where we trying to teach each other how to be a man. So it comes hard. So I'm just glad that you came because I feel like this was for us to hear. So I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You said a couple of important things, y'all. Being a man is a lifetime journey. Do y'all agree? It's a lifetime journey. It's not an on and off switch. I remember being young. I can't wait to get a mustache, and now I hate shaving every other day. Or having to do the things that we gotta do. You know, it's hard. As I just got done saying, most men don't even get flowers until they die. We have a job, and our job is very selfish. Even on Father's Day, y'all ever notice that? Mother's Day a whole lot more. I'm gonna be honest for a second. I remember taking my mama to Mother's Day. We had to wait 5 hours to eat. I just walked right in on Father's Day and just sat right down there. And I said, is there any other fathers in here? What's going on? But that's the reality of what we do as men. See, that's what they don't understand. But they don't have to understand because that's a language we speak among each other.
That's right. That's right.
It's that look that you give and you see another dad, you know, brother, I know. But you too will get through it. Because the thought of quitting should never cross our minds. And when people show up at the right time, and that's why I'm hoping that what I'm saying to some of y'all, especially my older people out there, because there's a room full of everyone out here. One of y'all, I'm changing. I know I may not be able to change 100%, but my philosophy and my mindset is that if I can change one, then I did my part. If half of the world could just help one person, we would be better as a whole. But when you look at the world in the state that we are now, even half of us are not even right. So when you think about those numbers, then who's really helping? So I got to make up for some other ones, and I don't mind doing my job because again, I walk my journey and I know my path. Have y'all ever heard about that 409 story before? Long story short, who knows 409? You ever heard that spray, the cleaning spray? Y'all with me now? Y'all like, 409, is that an area code? I know he drove down from Atlanta, that's 404. I know, I get it. The story behind that long story short, the name came from how many times it took them to get it right. Most people don't do anything 100 times, let alone 409 times. So I ask you guys that. How many times are you willing to be to put in the work, to be wrong and make a mistake and keep going? As I'm speaking and I'm hearing a lot of things and I'm seeing a lot of you guys nod, especially my younger folks, I want y'all to think about something. We're in a world of technology. But are any of you guys even writing it down on your phone or writing it down in general? You know, I speak at a lot of big things and I sit with a lot of people because here's the deal, you guys. You want to be a millionaire, go hang around 6, you'll be the 7th. You are really who you hang around. It says a lot. You know, the number one thing that I do when I'm in rooms like that, I bring a notepad and pen and I'm stealing everything they say. I don't see that you guys are writing anything down, but I challenge y'all, start writing stuff down. Because if you wrote it down, you know that whole thing about if you want to hide it, put it in a book, start reading. Don't just listen to what people say. I want y'all to challenge everything that I'm saying up here too. Make me show you the Carfax. Make me prove what I'm saying is right. And that goes for everybody around y'all that think they got an idea. See, because in my world, in my success, a lot of people always want to help me spend my money, but none of theirs. See, these are life lessons that you learn when you get to the point to where you want to get to. A lot of people always got something to say about your relationship, but not in one. Everybody always got something to say how you're being a father, but they're not one. Or they're not doing what they need to do.
That's good.
That's why the first thing you got to do is look in the mirror and check yourself.
That's right.
Because if you're not right, you know on the airplane how they say you got to fix your mask before you fix somebody else's mask? Because if you're not right, you try to help somebody else, but you're not right, y'all both gone. I want y'all to take these nuggets. I want y'all to take these jewels that I'm throwing out there, and I want y'all to write this stuff down, because this stuff, no matter what age you are, it's monumentally changing. Because everything is a mindset. What you guys did the first step, y'all came here. Now I challenge you guys to say, what's step 2? What are you going to do right now that's going to be something different? Not tomorrow, but when y'all walk out of here right now, what are y'all going to do? Some of y'all, 21 years, who do y'all need to get rid of? Because you can't tell me that all 5,000 people on your media you love and like. You can't tell me. If you were in a situation where your life was on the line right now and you could only call 3 people, who would it be? Those are probably your best friends. Those are the ones that really got y'all back. I want y'all to really think about that, because a lot of times your life is in somebody else's hands, especially in the job that I do. Because when you hang around who you hang around, better believe when they're acting up, and sometimes, have we ever let someone borrow our car before? Or you borrowed somebody else's car, but they didn't tell you they didn't have no insurance and no registration on there, but you got in trouble? Come on now. Y'all laugh because y'all know it's true. Friendship is no different. You think you know them because y'all friends up on whatever you guys have in common now. See, but life's real funny that way, because what you like now is not what you're going to like 20 years from now, 10 years from now, 5 years from now. So I challenge y'all, and I know a lot of my young folks, they out here laughing. I can see y'all smiling. I know y'all like, well, dang, Bobby ain't never showed up to me, but I'm there every day when he calls me. That's a red flag, and that's a reality check, because insanity is doing the same thing, expecting a different result. See, you already were really smart. Y'all already know what to do. A lot of us know what to do, but we still think that we can change everybody around us. No, you can't.
You can't do it.
You start with you, and you work that way forward. You're not going to change anyone that don't want to change.
That's good.
You can't. You must start within yourself. And that doesn't make you selfish, because understand something. If I don't want it, it ain't going to come anyway. Because don't y'all say, Pastor, faith without works ain't no faith? So that means if I really, really, really want it, please, car drop out of the sky. Car ain't going to come. I got to do something about it. So what are you going to do about it? See, I put it back on you guys. I can sit up here and talk about drugs, this, and DARE programs and all these things, but I want to have a real conversation, because I thought that this was boys and men, real talk, right? So I want to have that real conversation. I want y'all to really challenge yourselves, and I'm going to ask y'all some good questions. And here's the deal. You may ask me a question that I don't know, because I don't know what I don't know. But my job is to seek the answer. That too is your job. When I ask you questions today, because after this is all over, I'm going to talk to every last one of you, and I'm going to look in your eye. I'm going to ask you some questions. Your job is not to say, I don't know. Say, I'm going to find out. Always seeking. A mind must always seek. You must always have a question. In my personal opinion, as a man, I always got a question for you. Always. And I'm going to stand right there and wait for a response. See, but I'm also going to hold you accountable. See, most people in my circle, because it's real small, they don't want to be in my circle. You want to know why? Because when you're not doing right, I'm going to call you out and say, why are you not doing right? See, because you can't be around me and do what you think you want to do. I won't be around it. I've already established the type of man that I am in my earlier speech, right? So I really want you guys to understand that. What boundaries are y'all putting up? My older people, what boundaries are y'all putting up?
Good.
when y'all friendships. No, you cannot steal in front of me. I'm telling you, if you do, no, you cannot. No, you're not going to tell your girlfriend you're with me and you're not with me. I'm not going to be a part of it. When you call me at 3 a.m., yes, I will pick up the phone. What's up? Because if you're my friend, I have access to you. Have access to me at that time, 100%. But that must still be reciprocated. I'm a real friend. So when I call you my friend, when I tell you I love you, it's for life. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean as a man. Otherwise, I don't say it. So when a man speaks, he has something to say. And what comes out of his mouth should be held to that standard. That's a man, not a grown boy trying to be a man. A man. Before I get off the stage, are there any more questions that any of you guys have? Yes, sir. We have a few. Can we pass the mic over? Yeah, brother, right there.
I got you, bro.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll make this real short. I just appreciate everything you said. It's just opened up a lot of things. But my father died when I was 11. And I was listening to some of these young men were saying that some of their fathers incarcerated or whatever. But my father died when I was 11. But I learned, I got a lot of stuff, I'll be honest, because I didn't have that mentor at the time. But I learned how to connect myself with older men that was making wise choices. But I just want to let the young men know, just because there isn't a man or the father figure, that doesn't make you less of a man. You're still a man. You just have to learn how to become that man. And what you do is you connect yourself to people, like I heard him saying, that's going somewhere, and not somebody that's not going anywhere. And like I said, my father died when I was 11. I got in a lot of things trying to, the old saying, find myself. And the more I found myself, I lost myself. Until I realized I got to connect myself with somebody that's going somewhere. And when I did that, I became a better person. Wasn't a man yet, but I became a better person. But we can't use, because the father is not there, that's why I'm acting out the way I am. Just like you said, what is your boundaries? What are some things that you're not going to allow yourself to do? So when you do that, you become that better man. And so when my son now, he had a father. I was a father in his life. Now he's a better father to his daughter and everything, because I learned some hard knocks and I instilled some good things in him about being a man, because you can't be a father first and don't know how to be a man. You got to be that man, then you can become that father. So don't let, because the father is not in your life, dictate to you what you're going to become. You are what you make yourself to be. You have to learn how to press on past some things. Whatever that hindered you, press on past it. And you can become that man that you need to be. But don't try to fashion yourself after somebody else. Know who you are and be happy with you are. And then grow from where you are in that place.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, brother.
And the thing that I wanted to say is that as you were speaking, I listened to your introduction, and everybody heard the same introduction. And the most important thing about your introduction that I got out of your introduction is discipline. See, you can't achieve those things in life without discipline. Can't anyone come and tell me anything about Brother Anderson, because I don't think I can say he's a well-disciplined man, because the things that he has achieved in life, and in the absence of his father, and a lot of things come up. I heard that common number that was said, most men missing their father, but they come in connected with the father at 21. We lost our father at 21. But like my brother said, we had to go back and attach ourselves to older people to learn how to be a man. I'm a father of 10. I made mistakes along the way. You see about the 409, I made a lot of mistakes to get where I am today. I just thank God right now because I started on this journey when I was 15. But I strayed away. But I got back because I associate myself around good men. And men like yourself, disciplined men. See, you can't go out and live any kind of way and expect people to follow you. You can't teach 8,000 people if you're not disciplined. Discipline is a mindset. It's who you are when people are not watching. And that's the most important thing. I'm just saying, man, hey, keep up the good work, bro.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. So at this time, before I get off the stage, I just really want our young folks to come back up here, and all of us just need to circle around them. And we're just going to create a big hug around y'all. But I want the teenagers in here. Y'all 17, 18-year-olds. Y'all almost there, but y'all can't rent a car yet. So y'all gonna be right outside of that circle. And us older people, we gonna come right next to y'all, okay? So again, can y'all come up there? All the teenagers surround them. Come on, y'all. Don't be lazy. Don't gotta look around. Don't be shy, because this is important. So I want y'all to ask yourselves this. Would you want to feel that type of love around you? See, we have to get rid of this man don't cry thing, man don't have feeling things, because our mental health is important. I understand what it is to be a man because I am one, and we always want to hold everything in because a lot of times we feel that we cannot speak upon our feelings. Yes, you can. There's a safe space in here. I need y'all, all y'all 20-year-olds, come on, because y'all next. Come on. I know y'all looking fly. I get it. Come on. Come on up here.
Yes, sir.
And just everybody else, we just all surround them with love, you guys. I just want to surround all y'all with love. And y'all just know that you guys are loved and you guys are appreciated, y'all. Y'all get close. Y'all matter. I want y'all to turn around in the circle. I want y'all to see all these men around y'all matter. All y'all matter. You matter. What is your life worth? What is your life worth? We've all been y'all age. Y'all have never been ours. I'm going to repeat that again. We've all been y'all ages. You haven't been ours. This shows you that you can get there. Start asking them, what did you do? How did you get there? What doesn't work? Because I know you got something to teach me. And I want y'all to know this right now as I speak right now. I know he went over that introduction. I know I've been speaking, but understand something. Each one of y'all have something to teach me too. Me speaking up here does not mean I know everything. I know what I know, but I don't know what I don't know. And I can guarantee each of you have your own gift. Each of you have something to say. Tap into it.
That's right.
Use these people around you. Do you know what that man does for a living? You don't know. You should ask him because he may do what you want to do. Do you know what that man does for a living? You don't know. Ask him. Conversations, respect are monumental things. So I just wanted to take 1 second, you guys. You okay, brother? I just want y'all to take 1 second. We're just going to come up. We're just going to hug y'all, okay? Y'all good with that? It's not the weird hug. It's not the weird hug. I don't want y'all to be it's not the weird hug. But y'all need to surround yourselves with real men and real love. Because this is what? Boys to men, real talk, right? All right, we're about to hug y'all right now. Come on, everybody. We're going to give y'all some hug. Y'all come together. Y'all loved and y'all respected. Right? Y'all need something. Y'all talk to these men. Y'all talk to these brothers. Y'all reach out to them because it's a two-way street.
Yes, sir.
Y'all gotta also pick up y'all phones and get off of IG when we call y'all. Y'all gotta pick up y'all phones. Love all y'all, man. Thank you, everybody.